Take that out with you.
I'd like to start with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we're on the land of the Council of the Three Fires, namely the Potawatomi, Odawa, and Ojibwe tribes. We give our appreciation to them. Good morning. Welcome to today's monthly memorial service. My name is Bill Bowman. I'll be your service chairperson for today. In observance of today's monthly memorial service, let us start with a moment of silence in memory of those who have passed away in the month of February. Let this quiet moment deepen our appreciation of the lives that were. Let us reaffirm that our loved ones are still a part of us. And with this affirmation, let us rededicate ourselves to always live in the Dharma teachings. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. We'll begin with the aspiration and three treasures. Please rise if you're able and turn to page 7. With deepest reverence and compassion, we are here together in the spirit of Gautama, the Buddha, the Enlightened One. Life is one. We are one with the Buddha. We are one with the teaching. We are one in the spirit of universal brotherhood. We resolve to be earnest followers of the Buddha and to dedicate our lives to the way he has pointed out. Then may we, like him, attain the noblest and most peaceful state of nirvana.
Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sambuddhasa Buddham saranam gacchami.
Buddham saranam gacchami.
Dhammam saranam gacchami.
Dhammam saranam gacchami.
Sangham saranam gacchami.
Sangham saranam gacchami.
Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings. Now we hear them. If we do not enlighten ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take guidance from the three treasures of the truth. I go to the Buddha for guidance.
I shall become one with the Buddha. I resolve that I shall each day follow the way of life He laid down for us to walk and awaken to His supreme wisdom.
I go to the Dharma for guidance.
I shall become one with the Dharma. The gates of Dharma are manifold. I vow to enter them all. The goal of wisdom is ever beyond. I shall attain it.
I go to the Sangha for guidance.
I shall become one with the Sangha, in the spirit of universal brotherhood, and as a member of the Sangha. I pledge myself to strive for the enlightenment of all beings.
Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
Please be seated. We'll now have the Dhammapada reading led by Peter. The selection he chose is Flowers on page 30.
Flowers. Who shall conquer the world of death with all its darkness? Who shall discover the shining way of the Dharma? Shall, even as a person who seeks flowers, find most beautiful the rarest, look to your own faults, what you have done or left undone. Like a garland woven from flowers, make your life full of good deeds. He who gathers flowers with dejected mind, the thirsty senses will never have his fill, and death overtakes him. Like a beautiful flower full of color, but scentless, are the fine but empty words of the person who does not act accordingly. Like a beautiful flower, bright in fragrance, are the fine and truthful words of the person who acts accordingly. The perfume of sandalwood, incense, or jasmine cannot travel against the wind.
But the fragrance of virtue travels even against the wind, as far as the ends of the world.
How purely the lily grows in the litter of the wayside. Its pure fragrance delights the heart.
So follow the awakened, and let the light of wisdom shine forth from the darkness.
As a bee gathers nectar from a flower without disturbing the flower's beauty or perfume, so the wise live the teachings.
Thank you, Peter. We'll now have a joint reading of the English translation of the Sutra Tanbutsuge on page 13.
Sutra in praise of the Buddha. Your face shines with majestic light, awesome without limit. A flame as bright as this has no equal. The sun, moon, and jewels, all the gems of brilliant light, seem completely dark compared to you, as if they were covered by black ink. The face of Tathagata is incomparable in this world. The source of enlightenment vibrates out in 10 directions. Right conduct, listening, effort, meditation, wisdom are your incomparable virtues, so especially rare and superior. Your thinking is deep and clear in the ocean of Buddha Dharma, completely in the innermost depths. You study through to the bottom. Ignorance, greed, and anger do not linger in your mind. You are a lion of measureless virtue. Your powers are great. Your wisdom is deep. You shine with divine light that brightens the universe. I vow to become a Buddha, a king worthy of Dharma, by transcending life and death, free from all attachments. Generosity, mental readiness, right conduct, patience, effort, meditation, all these lead to the highest wisdom. I vow to become a Buddha. I will completely fulfill this vow and change all doubt and fear into great peacefulness. Even though there are Buddhas, 100, 1,000, 100 million, great sages without measure, like the sands of the Ganges River, I will make offerings to all the various Buddhas and seek my own way, straight and strong, with no retreat. Like the Ganges sands, the various Buddha worlds are countless, innumerable lands. To shine a bright light over all these various countries is an effort too awesome to measure. Let me become a Buddha with the first country, full of unique, beautiful beings, a place beyond description, a country of nirvana, equal to none. With compassion, I will bring enlightenment to all. Beings from 10 directions will come with minds pure and clean. By the time they reach my country, they will know joy and peace. Teacher, please trust this proof of my sincerity, that for the vow I establish, I will work as hard as I can. Those honored in 10 directions, with unhindered wisdom, let them know I will put all my heart and effort into this. Even if my body undergoes eternal pain and suffering, I will continue my efforts with no regret. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. May this sutra inspire us to help all beings awaken the spirit to seek enlightenment and live a life of peace and harmony.
On page 13, they offer incense during the chanting.
Kogen gigi ijin mugoku nyozen yo muyo tosha nichi gatsumani shukoen yo kaishitsu onpe Yunyaku jumoku nyorai yogen chose murin shogaku daion koru jippo kaimon shojin sammai chie itoku muryo shushokeu jintai zennen shobu hokai gujin jin no kugo gaite mumyo yokunu se son yomu nin no shishi jin toku muryo kukun kodai 知恵人よ、光明一祖、神道大仙、ガガサブ、最小法、可動生じ、未不下だ、不正上位、解任精進、如是三昧知恵以上、五世特部、不行志願、一切空空、一切大安、慶始無部、百千億万、無量大小、修行語者、供養一切、使徒勝負、分用具道、検証不百、非尿語者、勝負世界、不不可け、無種節度、光明師匠、変死小国、如世精進、偉人難表、両がサブ、国土第一、五種奇妙、道場超絶、国女内音、二無闘争、加藤愛民、道通一切、実法大小、心熱症状、糸が国、経絡安穏、公武信用、税が心象、発願王妃、力少々欲、実法生存、知恵無下、上領子孫、死が信行、軽量心死、小不読中、画行精進、忍辱不敬。ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ。が西苦毒、平等性一切、同発母大心、往生安楽公。
Minister's message we give Reverend Fred Brennan.
Namana Butsu, Namana Butsu, Namana Butsu. Good morning, friends. I hope you're all doing well and that the weather's been a little bit more kinder for all of you out there. It's been a little kinder out here as well and everything. But thank you for being here at this first service of the month of February. Today is our Shoski service, and it's the day that we come to honor all those who've passed during the month of February, the anniversary month each year. And I want to thank all those who are here to honor your loved ones, whose names are perhaps on the cards or the front of the altar there. It's important to remember. It's important to gather together and to share their life stories with each other and everything. It's for those who are new to Buddhism, this may be an uncomfortable thing to do and everything, but this, as I've often said, is where we see Buddhism at its finest, at dealing with our problems, our innermost feelings. Buddhism is not a head trip. Well, it's often portrayed as such. You just sort of sit there, think about your thoughts, then get up and go and do something else or whatever. But Buddhism involves your entire life, and that means it involves your heart and your feelings, not just your brain. In Japanese, there's a word called kokoro, which means heart mind. That heart and mind are together really one. Where the heart goes, the mind goes. Where the mind goes, the heart goes. Everything. You must treat them as a wholeness. Holistic, I guess, is the word to use. And I think that's a very important part of our understanding, that we don't divorce our minds and our hearts from each other. That is a whole package. You are a whole person. And so you respond as a whole person. So thank you for coming here for this service and to think about the importance of the issues of life and death with each other, our relationships and everything. For me, this has been a very heartfelt weekend. Yesterday, I had the memorial service for my goddaughter who passed away a week and a half ago. She had lost everything in the fires, along with her. She lived with her parents, and their house was completely destroyed. And all her reference points to her life were now gone. Her parents had go for shelter somewhere else. She was at another location. All her possessions. Now we talk about our possessions being things, but so many of our things are reference to our memories and to our hopes and desires. And all this was gone. So she became rootless. And sadly, because she had suffered such deep depression through parts of her life, that she overdosed on her medication, and her life came to an end on the 24th of last month. And so I miss her greatly. It's so sorrowful that this tragedy overcame her and everything. But a number of her friends, we gathered together to share our memories of her and everything. So I'm just doing this for the moment and everything. But again, this is where Buddhism meets the real world. We face these issues of gain and loss. All our relationships hang on a thread, and it's so easy to break the threads that tie our lives together. So again, this is an important lesson to understand how Buddhism shows us the real world and our real heart mind, and how we must have compassion for each other and to be there for each other and all our different needs and everything. So I just wanted to mention that. But I'd like to move on further to more Buddhist teachings that I think maybe surrounds our monthly memorials, indeed our everyday actions. Um, Today is also a very special day, at least in the United States and I think parts of the Western world. It's Groundhog Day, uh, where in various parts of the world, Pennsylvania, we all gather around to watch a rodent come up and see its shadow or not. And how that all works, I have yet to understand or whatever. But it's a fun thing, based on folklore and tradition and everything. And we need a little joviality in this time of the year. It's also actually the midpoint day between spring and winter. So winter is half gone and spring is about ready to begin. It's starting to already making its moves there. I'm hearing more birds outside and a little bit of tree growth, little buddings are just barely starting to appear. And so for many cultures, they consider this midpoint to be the actual beginning of the spring season. So that's important in a lot of cultures and everything. But to go back to Groundhog's Day and or maybe just to allude a little to it and everything. How have any of you seen the movie called Groundhog Day? Raise your hands. Oh, good. A lot of you have. Those you haven't, I don't want to give away the plot because really it is a fun movie. It's enjoyable. Maybe as your Groundhog Day gift to yourself, go rent it or watch it. I know it is streaming everywhere today. It is a good comedy drama. Those are rare to have a good one, and this is one of them and everything. And it basically revolves around Groundhog Day. And the thing that startled a lot of people was how Buddhist this movie actually is, which was not the intention of the writers or directors, but in the working out of the plot, they demonstrated a great deal of Buddhist themes throughout the sub stories of the movie. Uh, People have asked me, well, Fred, how do you know a movie is a Buddhist movie? If it's true to the world, it's a Buddhist movie. If it shows you reality, it's a Buddhist movie. It doesn't have to have a Buddha in it or quote the sutras or anything, but if it shows a mirror to you, yourself and the world around you, you're getting the Dharma there. And that's very much part of the story. I don't want to give away too much of the plot or spoil it, but ultimately the movie is about samsara, about the wheel of samsara that we go round and around and around on. And we never quite get off the carousel of our nightmarish existence where things just go from bad to worse and back to bad. Nothing ever seems to go back to the good or whatever. But the main character is trapped in his own samsaric understanding. And as the reality hits him, how do you get off this wheel? How do you stop it? How do you live life differently? Um, and I was so much struck by this reading from the Dhammapada. I'm always struck by the Dhammapada reading about flowers and everything. That we pick flowers. Sometimes we don't do it well. Sometimes we do it right. Sometimes we see beautiful flowers. How purely the lily grows in the litter of the wayside. In the junk we throw out, flowers grow. They grow through and around, and in time will cover up the garbage that we lay along the highway and everything. We see nature will reclaim its own. And I think that's a very important part of the aspect of the story of samsara, that it goes around and around, but life can grow, can develop in other directions we don't imagine. Samsara is not a bad thing. It is just a thing. It can be bad, it can be good, but it just goes on and on. And the Buddha realized that it's not really about samsara, it's about how we relate to reality, that we get caught up in the things of this world, that we get caught up in the things of ourselves, that we miss the fragrance of the flowers. We don't stop, as they say, to smell the roses. We just go on and trample the flowers underneath our feet onto whatever our goals are and everything. And that we need an attitude adjustment. We need a reality adjustment, which is what goes on in the movie. The main character has to go through a kind of a reality adjustment and change his perspective that maybe being a little kinder is the right thing to do and everything. So that think is a very important part of our growth as Buddhists. That we need to readjust ourselves, take a good hard look at ourselves. Reality is as reality is, and it will keep going on in spite of us. But we can change our approach. We can change and become a little kinder, a little more open towards others, to be open also to ourselves. We often forget that we have to be kind to ourselves as well. I think my goddaughter, she was so locked in her own inner despair that she forgot how to love herself, to be kind to herself, that this is all right. It's going to be all right to, it may be for a while to accept handouts from others, but eventually she would get her hold upon reality again, just like flowers will do. They will get a hold on the cracks in our lives. I always love it when I go on a walk and I see grass breaking through the concrete. We can lay tons of concrete, but nature will break through anyway. And everything. We lay more concrete, nature will break it apart anyway. And everything. Maybe we should learn a lesson. Maybe not make so much concrete and everything. Sometimes it's nice to walk on your bare feet on the bare ground and everything instead of on concrete. Having foot problems myself, concrete is not good for your feet and everything. But it is one of the lessons of life to know that whatever we do, nature has an answer for it, and the wheel will keep on turning. And how we turn with that wheel of samsara makes all the difference. In the Tibetan tradition, you often will see it. There's this famous wheel of life or wheel of samsara. It shows these wheels within wheels within wheels, and they're divided up into various things like the six realms of existence: the human realm, the animal realm. Oh, by the way, some of you may have seen me moving back and forth at the start of the service. I was trying to herd the cats out of here because they decided they want to do their wrestling match in front of everybody, and felt that's not going to work and everything. But they have interesting wrestling moves, but they have the animals do their thing, the spirits do their things, the hungry ghosts do their things, the gods do their things, and they're all caught up in the worlds of samsara. They're turning and not understanding what is going on. The and interesting thing, when you look at this drawing of the wheel of samsara, you will see the Buddha appears in each of the six realms, that the Dharma is present in all the realms of our life, present in our human realm, present in the animal realm, present in all kinds of realms, what we might call our human psychology. The Dharma is present, ready to be spoken to you to help you through whatever the realm of your existence is. And each of these wheels within wheels have something that teaches to show us that if we don't wake up, we just keep going round and around again. But at the very center, it's the innermost wheel, is what turns everything else. That wheel turns. It's like the knob of the winding up of a clock. You turn this little thing and it makes everything go into operation. This central wheel has three animals: a snake, a rooster, and a pig. And they're chasing each other, trying to bite the tail of the other. And they represent anger and greed and ignorance. And these are what you might call the fundamental Buddhist problems of our lives. It is these things, our desires, our wanting to hold on to things, our anger if we don't get it or if somebody else gets it instead of us. And it chases over and over, each one trying to consume the other in a never ending struggle. And Buddha says this is the heart of our existence, what we call the three poisons. This is what drives the wheel of samsara. And in the character of the movie Groundhog Day, he is governed by those inner desires, his own anger, and his own ignorance of his own tradition. He blames everybody else. Why am I doing this interview with a rodent for Groundhog Day and everything? And he's just caught up with his own ignorance that he can't see, and he gets trapped in the wheel. And the Buddha says, this is the heart of it. You have to address that. And the key part is ignorance. Ignorance is what blinds us to everything, keeps us from seeing the full picture. And for Buddha, at the heart of our misunderstanding is that we don't know, or we don't want to know. The interesting thing about the word ignorance, it has the word ignore. There's a lot of things I don't know, but it's what I don't want to know that's going to hurt me. And I try to avoid looking at those things. I want to ignore things because the things I want to ignore are the things I need to know. Like that I can be very, very self-centered and very arrogant and proud of myself and everything. And so I said, no, I'm just one of those guys and everything. I'm all right. No, I am not and everything. But I try to ignore that. But then reality comes and gives me a good slap and exposes my ignorance. I have to face up to it. So Buddhism says, no, face up to your ignorance. Face up to the ignorance about your greed or your anger. Face up to that. This is what's driving the wheel of your life, the wheel of samsara. This is sort of a heavy thing to deal with, but it's basically Buddhism 101. I would almost say it's Buddhism 98, remedial Buddhism. You really got to get the basics here, that this is what drives you. This is what drives the teachings of the Four Noble Truths, that we suffer because I'm not getting what I want. Or I get what I want and I realize it was a big mistake. And then I go right back to it again. This is what has to be dealt with. And this is why we often have such misunderstandings of ourselves and of each other. So I hope that today you'll take a lesson from the groundhog. Watch the movie if you can. That's your homework assignment. Go rewatch Groundhog Day. You really won't regret it. I'll quiz you next week on this. No, I won't. I won't do that to you, but I'll let you do that to yourself. You can quiz yourself on it and everything. But that exploring our samsara, our understanding of reality, is what we come to do every Sunday. We come here to the temple to explore that understanding and get to know ourselves and each other a little bit better, and to discover that by being a little more kinder, a little bit more open, because we're all on the wheel together. We're all pushing the wheel together, making it go faster and faster like those merry-go-rounds as a kid, till everybody falls off the merry-go-round. Thankfully, there's soft sand to fall on or whatever, but reality is not so kind. So take this as a lesson to start as we go into this year, this month of February. So we're just barely starting into 2025, but we can start by looking at ourselves and our reality, and then starting learning how the wheel turns and how we need to move with it and when to step off of it and when to be kinder, to be more compassionate towards each other, because we're all tied in together on this. I think that's about all I've got to say. So I think you should all have a good day. Let me know what the groundhog reports, whether we're going to get more winter or more spring or whatever. But how the groundhog knows, I don't know. But look into yourself. Be your own inner groundhog. Look for whether there is winter or whether there is spring within you, and what it is you want to bring out into this world. So thank you very, very much. Nama Amida Butsu. Nama Amida Butsu. Nama Amida Butsu.
Please remain standing for the closing on page 11.
Infinite wisdom and compassion surrounds all people and all forms of life, particularly to those in suffering and sorrow, to all those in doubt and ignorance, to all who are striving to attain truth, and to those whose feet are standing close to the great change we call death, are sent forth oceans of wisdom and compassion.
May the infinite lights of wisdom and compassion so shine within us that the errors and vanities of self may be dispelled. So shall we understand the changing nature of existence and awaken into spiritual peace.
To all enlightened ones,
Present in their teachings,
we pledge our loyalty and devotion.
we dedicate our lives to the way of life they have laid down for us to walk. We resolve to follow their example and labor earnestly for the enlightenment and welfare of all mankind.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Please be seated. This concludes today's service. Thank you all for attending. I'd like to thank Andrea for the lovely piano playing, and our other volunteers today, Stan and Miriam and Peter and Alexa. Are there any announcements?
Okay, I know I can't be trusted when it comes to book club because it keeps changing, but I think we've figured it out. Thank you to those of us who have been patiently attending with me, talking to you. So we are now going to be meeting every second and fourth Thursday at 6:30. We are meeting on Zoom, so it's accessible from home. Our next meeting is February 13th at 6:30. And we're starting to read the Tana Show, which is the foundational text for Jodo Shinshu. So if you'd like to join us, please reach out to me via email. There's a flyer on the temple website, and we're mentioned in all of the newsletters. So you can just grab my email from the website or the newsletter, and I'll add you to the invite. Yes.
Is it only Zoom, or is there also an in-person component
It's
to it?
only Zoom right now. I was struggling so much to organize it that I kind of made it easy for myself. But if people would be interested in meeting in person, I feel like we're at a place where we could figure that out. So, if you're interested, please email me.
I mentioned is that Thursdays in this building is a conflict. That's why.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Yes. We were hosting in our homes for a bit, but it was a bit chaotic. So, yeah. All right. Thanks.
you're all welcome to travel out to me and stay there for the meeting.
Any other announcements? Anna, would you like to introduce first-time visitors?
Yes. Welcome. We have Parker Ebright, who's on school assignment. And we have Erica, who's a fellow Buddhist. And we have Kyle Macero, exploring religions. and Sloan Spreitzer, school assignment. Welcome, welcome, and please come back. Please stay and have some cookies and donuts.
That's about it. So please join us for refreshments.
Do, 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 do. Da-dum. Oh, there we go. All right.
Okay. Robert, hopefully, let's see, am I hearing you?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Let's see. Settings, audio, let's see, MacBook Air, default external headphone. Yeah,
Okay.
that should work.
All right.
Okay, Reverend, are you, say something so I can see if I hear you.
I'm all ready
No,
to go.
I'm not hearing you here.
Oh,
Yeah, what's going on here? Let's see.
hearing you perfectly.
Okay, audio. Air microphone, external headphone.
I'm not using
Well,
headphones.
if that's not working, let me try one more thing here. Let's do the air speakers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Are we there yet?
Okay. That's going to work. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Got me?
Okay. Yes, I got you, Reverend. Thank
Oh,
you.
good. I wasn't sure. All right.
Okay.
Oh,
Whew.
I hope that talk was okay. It was a little rambling, I thought.
No, it was fantastic as usual here. Hey guys, you want to say hi to Reverend?
Hey.
I'm so sorry to hear about your goddaughter. My
Oh, I know.
condolences.
Thank you. Thank you. It's
Yeah, sending so much love to you.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sue, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you? I was
Getting
very
there. I'm
late.
all right.
Your goddaughter was, I know she was sick.
Yeah. Yeah, she was yeah, she lost everything in those fires out here.
Yeah.
And the last time I talked to her, she was very chaotic.
Yeah. Right. I know.
I like to think that she just accidentally took too many medications to deal with her problem.
Yes.
And things happen, but it's
That
just
could
sad.
be. Yeah. I'm sorry. Really sorry. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey Jay, you want to just say hi real quick?
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Sleepy, but doing okay.
I enjoy seeing your cats come in the frame. They're so cute.
Maybe I should let them wrestle. They got wrestling moves. It's
Yeah, you should let them.
It's just like having
I will
kids,
do that. Okay.
like having young children in service. It's fine. They're all,
All right. And they might be more entertained to watch than it is to watch me anyway. So
Good to see you.
they're good kitties.
Okay, let's go over here.
We don't have that one.
No, I just checked.
Okay, you want to say hi?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Tired, but all right.
I understand that. Oh, Reverend, let your freak flag fly.
What?
Let your freak flag fly.
I could do that.
What is a
It may
freak
not be a
flag?
pretty sight,
What
but
is a
yes.
freak flag?
It's one of the lines from.
Oh,
Oh, look at that donut there.
Yeah.
oh, it's really good too.
Enjoy the donut.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you guys are cruel to me.
Get your
I'm
own
glad
donut.
you can enjoy it. I got enough of a donut around me.
Hello there.
Hey, how are you?
There.
Yes.
I liked your talk very much.
Thank
And
you.
I have never seen Groundhog Day. So now I'm going to
It's
see it.
TV programs are showing it today. It's a good day to see it, or just go stream it or rent it. You'll love it. I promise you.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate. I never saw Barbie either, but I loved your talk about it. And
It's a good movie. It really. There's a lot of depth to that doll. It's amazing.
I guess so.
Yes.
Now I'll let everybody else talk to you too.
Thank
And
you.
it's nice to see you each time I'm here.
I appreciate that very much.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we'll grab this table here.
You gotta spread out.
Oh, let's see.
Hi, Reverend.
How are you? I feel it. I feel it. It's nice to sit down. It's getting up and getting down is the problem.
It's been okay in Chicago.
All right. Same here.
Okay.
Hey there, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. I'm sorry to hear about your goddaughter.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, that's how life goes.
Yeah.
Okay, there's two more people. You want to say hey real quick?
Hey, how are you?
I am good, Reverend. I am Jay.
Jay, my pleasure.
My pleasure to meet you. Been here a couple of times. I'm from India, and
May I ask where from in India?
North India,
North India. Okay.
Punjab.
Okay. I can see the map. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually know how to read maps. Not many people do these days.
Yeah, it's a skill that's getting lost, I think, with all the GPS and everything. You know, who looks at a map anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate that.
Let's go around
Good
the table.
morning.
Hi, Reverend Fred. Good morning. Again, sorry to hear about your granddaughter.
Thank you.
Goddaughter.
Goddaughter, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so what's the weather out in California now?
Bright and sunny.
Oh, well, very good.
Probably in the 50s right now, I'd say.
Well, I just heard the most recent long-term forecast for Chicago, and we're supposed to have above average spring-like weather for the next 2 months, which makes my heart light.
Groundhog is being good to you today.
But having lived through a lot of Chicago winters, I'll believe it when I see it.
Always.
All right. Well, you take care. Have a good week, Reverend.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to some newcomers here.
Newcomers, yes.
So it might be about
There's a couple newcomers. You want to say hello to everyone quick?
How are you?
Good.
We enjoyed I don't know what
your presentation. We enjoyed the service.
We still call it a sermon here.
It's a good, honest English word.
And we're going to definitely watch Groundhog Day.
You will love it. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Reverend Fred, that was filmed right near here. That was filmed in Woodstock, Illinois.
Really?
Yeah, it's just northwest of Chicago.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we should all go do a tour there and have a look at the sites.
Yeah, we got like a Home Alone, a mansion just sold recently. Yeah.
So anyway, what brings you here today?
Actually, Reverend Fred, on Tuesday, I don't know which show it is, but one of the Chicago-based, fire department or cop shows filmed right on our corner here.
Whoa!
They shut the streets down on Tuesday, so for our inconvenience, they gave us a $500 donation, which was so it was a little.
Next time they do that,
years ago,
they do that, you should put some posters about the temple around that they have to film.
Yeah, but on the corner years ago, they did it, and they called it the Hotel Darlington. And now it's Otto's Barbershop.
But yeah, so we're here for a school assignment for a theology class, but we had a great time and it was super interesting. So yeah.
I was a religious studies major too, so I know all the kind of questions you have to deal with.
Yeah, it's super cool.
We go to,
All right, enjoy your studying.
Thank you. We go to Loyola University, which is Jesuit, so they, even if we're not a religious studies major, we still have to teach that theology.
Well aware of we have Loyolas out here. The Jesuits are a strong order.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Definitely.
Yes.
Thank you very
thank
much.
you guys.
You'll enjoy.
Okay, I think that's everybody, Rev.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, let's go.
Yes.
Oh, I got one. There's a couple here. You could just say hi. You could say hi to. Just say hi real quick.
Oh, right. You know the reason we're hanging out here is that I just noticed there's a picture of Reverend Ashikaga at the top.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Do you want to show it to Reverend Fred?
Yes.
It was surprising.
Oh, all the way to at the top there.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
Let's see if I can show that. Oh,
I see him up there.
Yeah, it's kind of crooked though. Let's see how can I straighten him out more.
I guess he wanted oversight.
Yeah, I mean you can't really see that well, but yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
See, I would want to be on the bottom shelf so that if something happens, it wouldn't be that far of a drop. I'll be in one.
Yep.
And it was like the reason I guess I didn't get serious.
Okay, Rev. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry to hear about your goddaughter, but wow.
Yeah, this is life. This is it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to disconnect here, and you have a.
You too.